Hello, it's Jang here with a look at a Lego Creator set. This is the Beach Hut. It comes with 286 pieces, and this is a 3-in-1 set, so you will be looking at all 3 builds in this one single video. So up front here you've got the water front, and there's a small little pier there. They've got little crests of miniature waves, a couple of starfish that are coming up onto the shore. Nice little lounge chair over here for just hanging out, little table. You know, this actually has kind of a boardwalk going on with a small little step down. I really like the transitions that they've done here and the shapes, the use of the wedge plates rather than just making everything rectangular. I like the dark blue. I almost always like the darker versions of standard colors in Lego. Up on the top, we've got a little brick-built bird, just not an uncommon build technique, but a little gap there behind the wings. That looks nicely, and of course you can put that wherever you want it. We've got a surfboard over here, and this is a window where you would walk up as a customer and rent things or buy things. So you can go inside, or you can just use this window. The window does open up, so you can exchange money and items through there, or you can rent one of these surfboards if you like. You've got a little sign there. You know, this is a believable little scene here, especially if you put a minifigure there for scale. This, yeah, it looks like a little model of a real scene. And now we can look at the interior of the place, and you've got just your register over there, and over on this side, just a couple products, probably both water. You know, just drinks that you can purchase. They've got some attic space up here, which is nicely built. I really like those arches, but there's nothing in there. So you can just use that as storage and put additional stuff there. It's really ready to be moved in. And this is just some additional kind of living sort of space, I would say. Got a lamp here, which I think could also be a heater, one of those outdoor heaters, so you could bring that outside, especially in evening times, to use to warm up the little lounging area over there. And this is a radio, just a simple little radio build, so you can also take that outside. Additionally, this whole thing can fold up into a different form entirely, and now you're looking at 2 sides. So one entrance over here and one entrance over here, and that really changes the shape of the whole thing, doesn't it? But the way that the wedge pieces are included there for the waterfront still works. It still looks good. Even, you know, this side just by itself now looks like there's even more water here, and the green parts come together perfectly. All the lines line up with the colors on the house itself, or the building, the hut itself. This is all good. There was still space when this thing was opened for that surfboard to be placed there. I'm liking it so far. That's just the first build though. Got to check out some of the others. Really quickly, first the 2 minifigures here, just an adult male and a young female. And you can see that she's probably the customer here who's renting the surfboard. So you get a lime green surfboard in addition to the white one that we saw earlier. Nothing new for prints here or anything, but I feel like these figures are perfectly matched to the scene. So here's the next build. This one spreads out the terrain a lot more and makes the building structure just a little bit smaller. You've got a long roof that comes almost down to the ground on that one, and quite a large yard here. Now, what is going on with that water and that surfboard? Well, it's supposed to be a pool, you see, and this is a diving board. Well, it kind of has to be on halfway, but that's the idea there. They changed up the design of the radio this time. Looks pretty cool. And this is supposed to be, I guess, either a flower or a carved piece of pineapple garnishing the top of some drink. They moved these orange pieces around just a little bit to give you a slightly different lounge chair this time. This one's just completely laid back. Got some random stuff around the edges. There's your little bucket. This is what they've done with these pieces to make just a small little lamp, probably a solar powered kind of thing. They moved some of the foliage up a little bit. I like these little lights that are attached to the side of the building. That looks pretty cool. And there's the building itself. Let's actually open that up. As once again, they have gone with the hinged theme. This time it's only going to open halfway just because of the terrain going out as far as it does, but I think that's fine. It gives you a lot more room to kind of play around with this area. There's really not much going on inside of there, obviously. You've got a little fire pit there in the center on that one side, and just I don't know if that's supposed to be a bed. I think it's just a little stool kind of thing, and nothing much going on over here. It's supposed to be just a little area to sit, maybe. I think that's supposed to be firewood. You notice they changed up the minifigures in this build as well. I'm really happy they did that, because you don't want kids to get stuck thinking that you have to have the minifigures put together in a particular way and it creates a specific person. This just encourages kids to think that, oh yeah, that's right, I can swap things back and forth however I want. It's just imagination food. Here's the final official build, and this one takes us back to the beach. So this just takes us full circle, completes the theme. Once again, you get a structure that when it's all together takes up roughly a square shape, and there's a nice little transition between the grassy area or the normal land and then your sandy area and the water. That's pretty good. Got the mainly yellow color for the structure. This one uses a lot of roof there. I like what's going on in the front. I like this area a lot. I like the use of the little random pieces in the front there to create that little pathway. I also like this little railing. I mean, it's such a simple little thing, but something about it is nice and warm to me. Also, I like what they did with the lamp here. Again, just small, simple little stuff. The dark red slope pieces there. It's all just something in my brain is really clicking. This speaks to me. It works well. Got this little grill out in the front, and this has two doors, right? So you've got basically a corner set up, and both sides of the corner allow you to get into the place. So that's it's a little bit overkill, but hey, it is what it is. You do have a second floor to this, a second layer, but there's not really anything going on inside. There's no interior. There is a floor. It's flat across, but there's nothing happening in there. Got lots of windows once again, so they keep using up the windows, and the way that this one hinges is different from the others. So while the others opened up completely, this one just has a wall that opens and leaves everything else there. So you got just a little bench there and a table in the middle. They used more of the smaller detail pieces on the outside here, so once again compromising the interior of it. You're left with a few pieces left over with this build. Maybe you can make something out of that, but I think the single coolest thing that they've done here is extending the little chimney sort of stack up here by putting the bucket on the top of it. You take the handle off the bucket and then you put this up on the top. I think that was a clever use of that part to extend that out. They could have just left that off, but I think it makes a lot of sense. So this one turns out being really nice looking on the outside. Nothing going on the inside, but still ends up being one of my favorites of the builds. I think it's kind of tied for me between this one and the first or main major build. But that's it for this set. Please post up a comment with your thoughts, and especially which of these builds is your favorite, based on the order that they were shown in this video. And if you have any other thoughts that you would like to share about the set on the whole, please feel free to. I hope that you enjoyed this look at the 3 builds of this new creator set. I certainly enjoyed checking out all the different builds, and I'm going to enjoy using these parts eventually once this gets taken apart to make custom stuff. So lots more stuff to come, lots more videos, reviews, as well as custom builds. I hope that you will stick around to check out more. I'll be talking to you again very soon.